May 29th. 2 days after surgery. Who comes to see me?
Raggedy ass Aunt Flo.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kai. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, how you doing? Hello. What's good? What's great? If this is your first time watching my video, please subscribe to my channel. Like this video, because today we're gonna go all details in about my surgery day. If you haven't watched the last two videos about why I had surgery and recovering at home from surgery, please go watch those. So today we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty, how surgery day went, how recovery has went initially and is going still thus far, because I'm 3 weeks out post-op. And I'm also gonna do scar reveals, and I'm gonna show you the cyst that they took out of my body, and it's like, what the fuck? So let's get into it. Okay, so go watch those last two videos about why I had surgery and recovering in the hospital. And if you've already watched those, here we are today. June 20th. I am 7 days short of a whole month, you guys. Like, what? My surgery was May 27th. And I just can't believe it's almost been a month. That's so crazy. It's flown by. So surgery day was May 27th. I was supposed to arrive at the hospital by 7 a.m. Didn't know my surgery time, but you know, that's the time they wanted me at the hospital for surgery. So got there at like 6:35, 6:40, and the lady that did the registration, she's all like, oh, your surgery's not till 8:30, you still got some time, yada 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 yada. So I'm like, cool. So me and my dad can like chat it up in the waiting room, chill out, hang out, have a good old kiki, good time. Psych. The nurse came and got me like 10 minutes after I checked in and got there and everything. And like, I wasn't nervous about surgery until I got to the hospital. So I wasn't even nervous like in the parking lot, but when we got up to the surgical floor, then I did the check-in and stuff, I looked at my dad and I was like, Dad, the nerves are starting to set in, and I like started crying and shit, and it was cute. But I mean, it's expected to be nervous because I was having a major surgery. I did have a major surgery. So the lady gets me probably at like 7-ish, I'm guessing at this point, maybe 7:10, and she takes me back, she preps me, pre-op, all that stuff. And I was hoping that my dad would be able to be in the room with me beforehand, but no, so I was all alone in my feelings, crying, boo-hoo, scared, the whole 9 yards. So everybody and their mama came asking me all the questions, all the fixings, all the things, everything. Anesthesiologists, all the doctors, my surgeon and my actual OBGYN, my doctor, and then the doctor she was working under with the surgery. They take me back. I don't know what time they took me back because I couldn't have my phone with me. So whatever time they took me back, put me under, all that good stuff. I remember waking up, I don't know what time I woke up at, but I remember sending my friends a text message in the group chat. Like, I feel like it was like 1 something in the afternoon. It could not have been that late. Hold on, let me go check. Okay, so I was like, it couldn't be that late. Your girl was wrong. So the first text message I sent in the group chat to my friends post-surgery was at 3:15 p.m. So my surgery was scheduled for 8:30. Don't know what time they took me back, but then they said the surgery was scheduled for about a 2-hour window if everything went good, which it did. So it took about 2 hours, so that would be like 11 something, and then I would be in the recovery room for a couple hours, but I don't remember any of the recovery room part because I was so child. They had me on all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe I'll actually insert the picture of all the drugs that they had me on like during surgery, because I have a list of that. And that's a fucking fun time. So I just remember coming into my actual room in the hospital, and my dad was there. And then I remember texting my friends, but I didn't remember what time I texted them that I was in recovery, and it was at 3:15. So that's a heaping amount of time from the time I got into the hospital that morning until I was in the actual room and awake and aware. Surgery went good. My doctor, not the doctor that did my surgery, but my actual OBGYN, she came in, saw me, see how I was doing, all that good jazz. And she said, "Oh, would you like to see the picture of the cyst? Warning, graphic material coming ahead. I'm going to insert a picture of the cyst." But she was like, "Would you like to see a picture of the cyst?" And I said, "Yes, girl, show me." Like, I wouldn't want to see that in somebody else's stuff, but me, I was like, give me the goods. So this is what it looked like. And I was like mortified. Not mortified because of how it looked, although it is pretty gruesome. But I just couldn't believe that was like inside my body. Like she said it was double the size that before they drained it. So she told me that they had to drain it in order to take it out because it was so big. So big. And I was like, no wonder I was in so much pain for 4 years. Well, actually my whole life, but it was like horrible within the last 4 years, which is in my why I have surgery video. So go watch that again. Thank you. So I was like, what in the hell? Like, so then the actual doctor who did my surgery that my doctor worked under, his name is Dr. Singh, he came in and saw me later on that day, same day as surgery. And I was like talking to him and I said, "How was that inside my body?" And he said, "Well, if you think about it, as a woman, you can carry a whole human being. So, like, if you put it in perspective to that, it makes sense." And I said, "You smart." Didn't even like recollect or like when he like gave me that comparison, I was like, damn, that does make sense. So basically, unfortunately, they did tell me that it was a mess, is basically what they told me. And honestly, like, some people might be like, wow, that's rude or unprofessional. I've had some really shitty doctors who just didn't care. So to have a team that was just so upfront and so honest with me, I love it. And they weren't like, you know, they're professional about it. They weren't like,
Your shit fucked up, girl.
they just like, you know, they're just like, it's a mess, it's really bad. And unfortunately, your chances of naturally conceiving, getting pregnant are very slim to none, and you're probably going to need medical intervention. Example, IVF, IUA, IUI, all the stuff to help a woman get pregnant. I'm probably going to need that in order to have a baby. Now, that's not 100% because, you know, nobody can predict anything. They're like, you can still get pregnant on your own, but the chances are very slim, and you're probably going to need medical intervention. So, what they ended up doing was taking that cyst out, my left ovary and my left fallopian tube. So I have the whole right side, the whole right ovary, right tube, and then my uterus and all that stuff. So they didn't do like a hysterectomy or anything. They just took the cyst, the ovary, and the tube on the left side, and that's it. And I feel great. Like, genuinely, honestly, I felt immediately good. Like, even though I was like drugged up for the first like day, I felt like I could literally tell the difference immediately after I got out of the hospital. Not out of the hospital. After I got out of the surgery and I was like awake and aware, like I could literally immediately tell the difference. Although I was in like some crazy pain, I could just, I don't know how to explain it. It was like the cyst felt like, I don't know if poison is the right word, but it just felt like a foreign object that wasn't supposed to be there. Oh, it makes me so emotional. It felt like a foreign object that wasn't supposed to be there was taken out, and I could literally feel the difference as soon as I was like coherent. And I wasn't expecting that. Like, I was expecting it to like take weeks for me to feel good, or like maybe not weeks, but like not so immediately, like literally after surgery, like waking up from surgery. But I could, even though I was in so much pain and discomfort, I could tell the difference like immediately. And I was just like, I was so shocked. I was like, this cannot be real life. But I had that cyst for 4 years, maybe even longer. I found out about it in 19, but I have a feeling it was probably there before then. It just wasn't that big, so I didn't know. But yeah, I found out 3 years ago about it, but I'm sure I had it before then. So that's why I'm saying like 4 years. And it's so crazy how good I felt like immediately. So come to find out, I do have endometriosis, which I kind of suspected. And if you watched my video on why I had surgery, I explained about how I suspected that and what happened with that. And they told me that my right fallopian tube is stuck to my bowel, which also makes sense because TMI girl moment, we here though, so whatever. I have, especially on my period, like my bowel movements aren't typically really painful. They're discomfort, like it's discomfort, but not to the level that it was when I was on my period. So they told me, your right fallopian tube is attached to your bowel, and I was like, oh, which also my bowel also has endometriosis on it as well, because going into surgery, I thought endometriosis, you could only get it like on your female reproductive system, so like your ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, all that stuff. But come to find out, you can get it anywhere in your body, which is crazy. And so she's like, yeah, your ovaries, this is my OBGYN talking to me. She said, your right ovary is stuck to your bowel. And I was just like, yeah, like I knew that it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. And she said, girl, it's really bad in there. And she told me in order to cure or fix, I don't know if those are the right terms I want to use, but in order to alleviate endometriosis, I have to get my ovaries, both of them, taken out, because my ovaries produce the hormone, which I don't know the name of the hormone, and if I look it up and find the explanation, I'll insert the picture here. But basically she told me my ovaries produce a hormone that what is the word I'm looking for? My ovaries produce the hormone that aggravates, flame on the endometriosis. So without my ovaries and without that hormone producing, essentially I don't have endometriosis. I don't want to say I don't have it, but it will not be as severe if I get my ovaries taken out. But your girl want to have some babies. She want to have like 70 of them, so. We can't get both of them taken out, because then I'm gonna I really want to try to see if I can get pregnant naturally, and if not, that's fine. I'm keeping my options open and my mind open about how this may go, but right now I'm just focusing on my healing in all aspects. But so I don't want to get rid of my other ovary and tube yet, because I'm actually scared about getting rid of my other tube, because I asked Dr. Singh after surgery, like when he came to see me in my room, and I said, do you think I'm gonna have to get the right side taken out? And he said, eventually down the road, I believe you might have to. He said, but I'm not God. I can't say for certain. I genuinely don't know when that will happen, or if it will have to happen. But he's confident that it might have to happen at some point in my life. But I'm scared about getting the right tube out, because it's stuck to my bowel. So I'm like, are you guys gonna, in my head, this is what I'm thinking, like, are you gonna have to take the part of the bowel that my tube is stuck to as well, since they said it's like adhered, like stuck. So I'm nervous that they might have to take the whatever section the tube is attached to of my bowel, and that would be painful. So I'm just trying to heal in every aspect, figure these things out, take things slowly. I go back to work in a few weeks. It's been a hell of a roller coaster, emotionally, physically. Physically, things are getting better, much better. The emotional part is actually taking a lot longer than expected or anticipated, because I really wasn't anticipating any emotional recovery or anything like that as far as the emotions go, but baby, they there. So I am going to insert my scar picture of 3 days after I got out of the hospital. Y'all, it's gross. And then I'm gonna also insert a scar picture of currently what it looks like. So the plan going forward now is to just focus on my healing, and that's my main focus right now. I'm not worried about kids or anything like that right this second. Like, I do want to have them soon, within the next 3 years, hopefully. But children aren't something you rush, so I'm not gonna like be running to the fertility office and be like, shoot me up, beam me up, Scotty. That's not the goal. I have to get me together before I intentionally bring a child into the world. Now, if I get pregnant and it happens, then here we go. But I don't want to intentionally do anything like that as of right now. So I'm just working on me, getting me together, getting myself together, and figuring things out. So it's also been weird. I feel like I've been having like phantom pains, if that makes sense. Like, the stuff ain't there no more. I know I'm still healing because I'm literally, this past Friday was 3 weeks since the surgery. So I know I'm obviously very much still healing, but it's just like, it's crazy how the pain works.
And the gas pain, that's the worst.
I thought I was gonna die in the hospital. So before I end this video, I want to actually tell you guys some period stuff that was going on before surgery and after surgery. So if you don't want to hear all that, you can go. I appreciate you for staying this long. Thank you. So before my surgery, I started a period on March 23rd of this year, and I kept bleeding every day. I'm like thinking about it. I bled every single day from March 23rd of this year. And basically what it was, so I had my period from March 23rd to March 30th. Then the light blood came on, like, you know, the old blood that usually trickles out and then your period's done. Well, that didn't happen. So after I had my normal regular period for the week, the light blood, bye, babies. Okay, bye. The normal, like the light brown blood, instead of like trickling out, it would last until my next full period in April. So then I had another full period. So I never stopped bleeding between March 30th and whenever my next period started in April. It's just, it was the brown blood. And then I had another full-blown period in April. Then again, it was the same thing. So basically, full-blown period, brown, old blood, full-blown period. So it was like that all the way until I had this period last month in May. So then I was like, it was at the end of May. Like, my surgery was on the 27th and I was still bleeding. And then it stopped and I was like, oh, I'm done, right? I'm done, right? Wrong. No, ma'am. May 29th. 2 days after surgery. Who comes to see me?
Raggedy ass Aunt Flo.
Girl, why? Why are you here? I just had surgery 2 days ago. What are you doing? And it came at like midnight, 1 in the morning. Hi, baby. It came at like midnight, 1 in the morning. And I was just like, is this a joke? But that period lasted for a week. So it was from May 29th to June 5th. And I
Finally?
stopped bleeding. So I bled from March 23rd until June 5th. And I finally stopped bleeding. And it literally like makes me so emotional because I have never had anything like that. I've never experienced that type of bleeding in my 30 years of living. Never. And to finally, after almost literally 3 months, almost 3 months of bleeding, and to finally have it stop, like, this surgery was so life-changing for me, and I cannot thank my doctors enough. I just, like, there really, like, are no words. Like, you gonna cry with me? Come here. You wanna cry with me? You wanna cry with me? We can cry together. Say hi! Say hi. Yes, you want to cry with me? We wanna cry together? He's sad because his mommy's gone, aka my sister. So, to finally have found a team of people that stink. That just, it really was genuinely a life-changing surgery. And all the things that I went through to get here were just, I don't know if I want to say it was worth it, because it was hell the past 4 years. But this is, it really feels like a fresh new start. Babies, why are you crying? Say, I'm crying because I miss my mommy. He's over me. He's over my shenanigans. But, it was a life-changing surgery. And I'm so grateful for the team that I found and for the people. Say bye. I'm so grateful that I found this team that listened to me and cares. It was such a long journey, and I'm just internally grateful and happy and blessed. And I'm glad I didn't give up on myself, because then I finally found people who wouldn't give up on me. So, emotionally, it's still taken me some time to accept things and to come to terms with things as far as like what's going on in like motherhood and, you know, things like that, and about the news they told me. But that doesn't deter me from trying to have kids. And I know I'm going to be a mom, whatever that looks like for me and myself in my life. It's just, I need to learn to accept it as it comes. And I'm just excited. So that's what surgery was like. That was what surgery stayed like. That's what recovery's been like. And I'm going to keep you guys updated. But please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And this little nugget's really comfortable on my pillow and blanket. But please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Eventually, I will get back into my weekly uploads on Mondays, but as of right now, things are kind of at a standstill in life a little bit. I've got some changes coming up, but I'll speak on those as they come. But I'm not uploading consistently right now, because I'm just focused on my healing and getting myself together. And two things that have dramatically helped me during this process is journaling and therapy. It's really been beautiful and helped me a lot. So I'm gonna hop off here and let you guys go. Please feel free to watch all and any of my other videos. Please subscribe if you would like. I'm gonna get back to all the fixings, cooking, vlogs, singing eventually. I do have a singing playlist. It's kind of embarrassing. I want to get back into that, and to crafts and books. I wrote 2 books, by the way. I'm getting back into all the things, but I'm doing it gracefully and on my own time and on my own terms. So thanks for watching. I love you guys. Have a good day, a good night, a good evening, a good life. Be blessed, less stress. See you next video. Why? Bye. Look, just look at this. Like, why? Bye.